2009 335.
Bro, the best thing in the world.
Churros with condensed milk.
No.
Women of HQ taking care of their men.
Hey, even when I...
Rearrange the situation like I'm doing take the boat. Always stay a step ahead and make her make your cash flow. Get that bitch a people
Bro, cross thread for life.
That actually works.
Fresh black chrome SR04s. Love it.
perfect.
Use your BMW tow hook to pick up your motor.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is the tightest little seat I've ever sat in. My hips are stuck and I wear a size 32. That's for you.
We put a N54 from a 2009 335 in here, along with the same transmission from the N54. Originally made the mounts and everything with the twin turbos on it. Ended up upgrading to a Dock Race exhaust manifold, along with the precision turbo. Then we also did the Dock Race intake manifold. So after we installed all that, it actually took a lot more modification of the motor mounts that we initially made, and also of the car to make everything fit properly. Also, the car originally runs a coolant expansion tank, whereas this car doesn't have room to make a coolant expansion tank because of how tight we're running in the engine bay. So we just did it as a conventional radiator cap setup with an overflow, hoping to see how that runs. Kept the factory electric water pump and a lot of the original accessories to see how long it's going to hold up for us before we actually started having to make more upgrades. As well as also using an N54 335 radiator, had that fitted up in the front as well. It's a nice dual pass to try and keep it cool since we're keeping the radiator up front in this car. Then fuel system and everything like that, we still worked out basically the same thing that we're doing with Alex's car here. We have an engine bay mounted fuel pressure regulator. We have a fuel safe fuel cell in the rear where we're running a integrated Radium Engineering fuel surge tank, which holds 3 AEM 320s in it. And we're going to be running pump gas on this one. We're not going to run E45, so we just want to make sure everything back there was good along with the Radium Engineering fuel filter. Then in the rear we also have actually, I think I said there's nothing else in the rear of this car. We didn't do the electric power steering on this one. We didn't do a rear mount radiator. We just kept everything kind of generally simple. We made a nice mount for the catch can here as well. We did custom breather lines coming from the valve cover because PCB systems on these things can be a nightmare sometimes, so we made everything as simple as possible. So we had a custom wiring harness made, and now we're working on tracing through all the kinks and stuff because we are keeping everything as a drive-by-wire setup. So with a drive-by-wire, that means we have an electronic gas pedal and an electronic throttle body as opposed to a drive-by cable where we conventionally would have just the cable running from the pedal to the throttle body. So that took a little bit more wiring work and everything, getting everything situated with the AEM Infinity. Now with the AEM Infinity, we're also not running the direct injection that originally comes with this motor. We're only running port injection on the dock race manifold. So again, that's one of those things that's not very typically done with the 335. So we're gonna see how much power we can squeeze out of the platform with the layout that we have now. We also had the AEM smart coils put on here. Fire it up, check for leaks, and if everything goes well, go take it to the dyno. So the interior doesn't look like much right now. We're in the process of putting everything up. We just finished, again, an arc panel similar to what we did in Alex's car with the same overall layout, you know, headlights, taillights, fuel pump, radiator fans, just the basic circuits to get everything up and running. Here we have the new Drift HQ hydro, not fully mounted. I got to run a few more lines for it. This is the hard line going to the rear calipers. You can see we ran everything here along the side of the trans tunnel, so we have access to everything. If anything ever needs to be serviced, replaced, bled, clipped, anything like that, we can always have quick access to it. Then in the dash here we have the AEM CD5, smaller display of the two that they offer, but this is actually a really nice option because not only does it have a plug and play directly to the AEM Infinity 6 that lets us get all the live data from it, everything from boost, oil pressure, fuel pressure, anything you really want to know about your motor, and you can set up warning parameters and all that stuff, and all your fail safes will be active on your display here. The other thing that's nice about it when you're dealing with a lot of swap chassis is that you have a GPS speedometer for it. So that way you don't have to worry about an output signal like on the BMWs. They actually pick up their wheel speed to run their speedometer. So with this one, you'll always have a working speedometer with that GPS speedo. This is the suspension we're running on, is the new SLR kit. I'm not exactly sure what's different between this and the original version of the kit that they provided. And we're actually running the old BC coilovers from Duarte's old build. We're going to see how long they hold up before we end up throwing a set of silvers on here. Then the motor mounts and trans cross member all custom, as well as the exhaust that was done. Kyle did that one. It's all ovalized, vibrant 3-inch, with a beautiful little turn down in the back there. And we had a custom one-piece drive shaft fabricated for it. We make the adapter plates and all that stuff for the flange pattern to fit. Makes it easier for swaps and stuff because the BMW flanges are kind of difficult to find. It actually worked out with the exhaust manifold from Dock Race. Ended up fitting really well even in the swap chassis. And then we also have the wastegate dumps were really the only thing that we had to modify because we were running a little bit tight up front with the electric water pump and the frame rail and everything. Then in the front here, fabricated a nice lower cradle for us to hold our oil cooler for the engine, as well as our power steering cooler. And this is that 335i radiator I was talking about before, which is nice because we have all of the factory hoses and clamps. So if we ever need replacement parts, it's much easier than finding something custom made. Brake lines pass through right here, run to the back, and then you have your two splitters, one obviously for the hydraulic handbrake and then one for the foot brake. It's pretty much a stock diff and some adjustable camber arms on the rear, just keep the alignment somewhat into par. If we do end up changing to the silvers, we may convert it to a true coilover where we get rid of the spring here and the upper control arm, and it converts it to a one piece basically where it's the coilover and spring, or the shock and spring all in one piece. And then this upper arm here would be replaced with another one of these arms here, which is what we did on Duarte's green car. It's a custom size 10-gallon fuel-safe fuel cell that we put in here. We got the dimensions when we initially put Duarte's Winters differential into his E46. So we figured we would have that size and availability just in case we do ever end up putting a winters or something in this car. We don't have to redo the fuel cradle and everything like we did on Duarte's other green build, the Mona Lisa. Then we also developed this really nice bolt-in jack point here, which is nice for guys who have cut out their trunk and you kind of losing positions that you can jack up your car from. This is a nice alternative where you can just drill it through and put some heavier hardware in there and have a spot to jack again.
It should be here at about 20 minutes.
Now it's looking a lot better. We got a constant and switch power going to the ECU. Everything's powering up, no wires burning up, nothing crazy. So now we're gonna see if Lance can upload a tune and see if we can get it fired up. But the thing is, it just doesn't smell like oil. Even coming out of the exhaust, as much smoke it's producing, it just doesn't smell like oil.
All right, so what's the update?
Finally, the car is gonna go. I think he got it dialed in enough to get the base map all settled, and it's gonna go on a dyno. It's been a long day. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
Going, that's all that matters. The only thing I'm worried about is that blow by.
So we got everything up and idling and everything. We're ready to go onto the dyno finally. Realized our injectors are a little bit smaller than we thought they were. They're the ones that come with the secondary port injection with the dock race kit. So I think they're only 46 pound, 42 pound. 42-pound injectors, so we're going to try and compensate by cranking up the fuel pressure a whole bunch and hope we can squeeze a little bit more power out of it. If not, we got to come back with some bigger injectors. It's breaking up at the top end as soon as it gets under boost, so I'm gonna pull the plugs, see what they look like. Maybe get some new ones, gap them a little bit tighter. to stay on the plugs.
So I'm just going over like the list of things that we need to do before we take the car to get it retuned again. It's been a few weeks since we did the tune, probably before we went to FD. But the car obviously didn't make the power we wanted because we went there with the car with only like baby injectors pretty much. It was our fault for not considering the way the dock race set up the port injection versus the direct injection on the car, so that sucked a little bit. But we will be going back there next week to get it retuned again. We put 1200cc injectors in it now, which should be able to push us to close to 600 horsepower. I have a list. We're gonna try to like finish the car completely, put windows back in the car, put the seat, put the dash, put everything that has been missing, and start shredding. We've been waiting like a year to be able to like put this car on the track and test it out and show the people what we got. So if you have any questions about putting an N54 into a E36, E46 chassis, go on Facebook. I made a page dedicated for these kind of swaps, even though there aren't too many, but there are a few guys out there trying them right now and putting just a stock setup into them and just running the twin turbos, and it's been working out great for them. Obviously this is the first one I believe in the country or perhaps in the world that's running a full standalone, full single turbo, manifold, everything pretty much is like AEM that's running this car. So it wouldn't be like that easy of a swap for anybody to do, but we plan on doing just a regular one to show people that it can be done also in the near future. Or if you guys have any questions and you don't go on Facebook often, just email us at sales@drifthq.com and we'll help you out. See you next week.